everyone, and welcome to Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse for CTN's live coverage of girls high school basketball. Tonight, a tough challenge for the Cardinals as they host a hot Elk River Elks squad. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro sideline, and Howie, the Elks come in after losing the first two games of the season. They win 7 straight.
Yeah, and they're playing really well, and according to their coach, they're getting better every game. And this is a team that's very dangerous from the outside, and we'll talk as this game unfolds what the Cardinals need to do in order to combat that.
Well, and this is a young team for Elk River. No starters in the starting lineup, and they have a junior at the point that is pretty impressive.
Yeah, Michaela Kanan-Wisher, she's very, very good. Not only is she the point guard, but she's the defensive catalyst for this squad. She is the girl that will get their defense rolling. Cardinals are going to have to really be careful with that as well.
When the Cardinals getting some good, strong play from the point as well. Destiny Artis upping her game over the last couple of weeks and trying to start the new year right.
Yeah, no question about that. And Destiny Artis is going to try and lead the way here for Coon Rapids. Coach Peterson told me that she's really played the best basketball that she's ever had played here. So this is an important opportunity. She's averaging a little over 4 points a game. So, but not only that, I think her defensive effort, her driving to the lane is something that's going to be very important to Coon Rapids.
7-game win streak on the line for the Elk River Elks. Can the Cardinals topple them? We'll tip it off next on CTN.
Stay connected to what's happening in your community by watching CTN Update, with a new episode every Friday at 5 p.m. From your local city and county government to what's happening in our schools to interesting stories on the people and events here at home, we've got it all covered. CTN Update, keeping you connected to your community.
Just about to get this game underway between Coon Rapids and Elk River. Take a look at the starters for tonight's contest. First for the Elk River Elks. Talked about Michaela Kanan-Wisher, Lydia Hawk, Ellie Moss, the other guards, Alexa Engelbretson, and Johanna Langben up front for the Elks. That's where the Cardinals are hoping to take advantage. They have some good size in sophomore Nicole Post and senior Lainey Hanneman.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the test for the Cardinals tonight, to see if they can use their advantage. Elk River is going to push it. They're going to pressure you. They're going to have to. The Cardinals defensively are going to have to really play tight defense. What the Elks love to do is they love to push the ball inside, kick it back out from outside. They're a very good perimeter shooting squad.
Saw the other starters, Ashley Flatham, Lexi West, and of course Destiny Artis, who we talked about in the opening. Coon Rapids playing relatively close games, but low scoring. Cannot allow this Elks team to start to run up big points.
And the Cardinals offensively will want to. What they want to do is they'll want to drive the lane. They'll want to try and get points inside. Destiny Artis is one of those players that are going to be able to drive that lane. Coach DiGiovanni told me earlier that she's one of the players they have to be concerned about.
Post able to win the tip against Langben, and Artis will bring it into the front court. Left side for Flatham. Waits, now Post up top of the key. Hanneman to Post, in the post, working against Langben, kicks it back out. Artis up top, working against Kanan-Wisher. High shot off the glass, but Artis tracks down her own rebound. Ashley Flatham setting the offense, being watched by Lydia Hawk. Tried to hand off to Hanneman, now gets it to West. West reverses to the left side, draws a double team. In some trouble, able to get it through, backdoor Post. Langben comes over, Post fakes one way, scores to the right.
Yeah, I mean, again, we talked about that size, and post does a nice job of faking one way and going over Langman. Langman's 6'2". She's got some height.
Well, with her and Henneman, that's the real challenge
Yep.
for opposing teams, to have two girls that can play together, both athletically, move around the floor, and have that much size and length to them. Post getting an arm in on the pass. Langman went to the ground with her. Comes free to Cannon Wisher. She kicks it back up top to Engelbretson around right side. Underneath is Hawk. And she is going to draw the foul along the baseline.
Destiny Harris with the bump. Of course, her team first. They're going to see it again. Destiny on the defensive end, just too much contact.
Hawk over for Cannon Wisher. Back to Hawk. Gets into the paint. Back out. Cannon Wisher up top. Left side, Engelbretson. Pass is tipped and taken away by Lexi West. West to the other end. Artis supporting right side. That shot may have been deflected. Artis gets her own rebound, and that shot at least challenged again by Hawk. And here's Hawk, long pass up court for Moss. Into the middle, tipped away out of bounds by Hanneman.
And I like the hustle of Destiny Harris underneath. Unfortunately, she couldn't get a shot off that had the opportunity to go in, but I just like the fact that she followed her miss and got that rebound.
Twice already.
Yep.
Inbound goes to Langbend in the corner. Up top for Hawk. Back to Cannon Wisher. 3-point from the corner is good for Alexa Engelbretson.
And again, they do a nice job of moving the ball around the perimeter and find that open shooter. And Engelbretson didn't hesitate to drop that three.
Hanneman left side for a little give and go with Flatham. Scores off the glass, put Coon Rapids back in front.
Yeah, and exactly what the Cardinals want to do. They want to come down and they want to be effective on offense. And certainly when presented with easy opportunities, they have to finish.
Waiting is Cannon Wisher. Backs out. Left side for Hawk. Back to Cannon Wisher. Top of the key is Moss. Around the shot by Hawk. Will not go. Langbend the rebound and then draws the foul. Will go to the line to shoot two. Hanneman will pick up her first.
Coach DiGiovanni told me, he said, boxing out is going to be really important for our team because he knows that Coon Rapids has a little bit of that height advantage. So we really need to do a good job, especially when we're presented with multiple opportunities.
First one off the mark. Langbend still has a chance here to tie the contest from the line. A little less than 3 minutes in, and she is able to do so. Full court pressure from the Elks. Flatham to midcourt for Post. No one defends, so she gets it across the timeline, and the Cardinals set up. Left side, down low. Little fadeaway is good for Hanneman.
Well, that's what they need from Laney. They need that offensive efficiency. She has 4.
Three-pointer from the corner for Engelbretson, way long. Hanneman quickly pushes it ahead to West into the front court. Working against Moss into the corner, Flatham back to West in the post. She pushes her way in and scores.
Again, just doing a nice job of working the middle, working the paint. And Cardinals have to love the fact of the way they started.
Still very early, but
but
forcing the timeout from the Elks, trailing 8-4.
But you know, again, you're getting the ball inside and you're making those looks. Just a nice job by
and making
West.
the decisions quickly,
Yep.
and keeping the Elks from getting a firm set on defense.
Coach DiGiovanni has been very happy with the way his defense has played so far, that Coon Rapids taking advantage early on of that defense.
Hawks slowly into the offensive end. Now it's Cannonwisher looking at the defense, left side, Engebretson. Moss around to Hawk. She finds the corner, shots off the mark, out of bounds, off the Elks Cardinal ball.
Now you're going to see the press by the Elks.
Very tight man-to-man. And West's pass out of bounds. A turnover back to Elk River in the offensive zone. Pass almost out of the reach for Langbend. Turnaround jump shot is short. Artis punches it to Hanneman. She'll run up court. Hand off to West. Down low. Post with a huge mismatch. She'll shoot over Cannonwisher and score.
Yeah, and again, she's going to take advantage of that when she gets the opportunity. Just using her size. And again, just a soft little jumper. 10-4 lead for the Cardinals.
Well, she finds herself man-on-man in the low post against 5'6" Cannonwisher.
Yeah, she'll
And
take
that's the
that.
kind of defense she's wishing for. A little bit of a stretch, maybe. Hawk back up top. Moss to Engebretson. Cannonwisher in. That shot may have been blocked by Nicole Post.
She did get a hand on it.
As Langbend went up.
And again, did a nice job of just getting the ball and not body.
Good little pick and roll out high. Free up a little bit of space. Artis gets to the lane. The shot is off the mark. Langbend has the rebound.
Oh, Destiny able to create a little space for herself. Just couldn't get that one to drop, but I like the effort.
Langbend rips the rebound away, gets a foul on the way back up. She'll go to line to shoot two.
Put on West. Yeah. That'll be her first, team third.
Grace Hanneman and Kylie Hetwer check in. Getting a hand in on the pass and nearly getting the turnover was Hawk, but couldn't keep her toe inbounds.
Well, the Elks want to put a lot of pressure on Coon Rapids, especially here in this part of the court.
West into Grace Henneman. Crossing over.
That's double dribble. A little unsure at that point. Didn't really have a lot of help to get the ball to.
Left side, Cannonwisher. Up top, Engebretson wanted to put it inside to Langbend. They worked to the corner instead. Hawk back up top for Ellie Barr, fresh on the floor. Langbend dishes it back door for Engebretson to score.
And a nice play offensively for the Elks, able to find that look inside. Defense coming out to Langbend, and she dishes it.
Hetwer hands off to Lainey Hanneman. Hanneman drives, finds space, scores off the glass. She's got 6. Hawk back up top, Cannonwisher. Over the top to Langbend, scores easily inside. Grace Henneman. Shuffles. Destiny Artis and Ashley Flatham return to the game. Lexi West
Official wants to
gets a
keep everything in control, making sure that the right substitutions are being made.
Elk River rotates to the corner. Three-pointer is good for Hawk, and we're tied at 12.
Yeah, and again, now you're seeing the pressure, trying to force a turnover. Edward does a nice job of getting it over the timeline.
Trips up, and no foul called as she went to the floor, and she's definitely gimping a bit on her way back down the floor. Artis got in, tied it up, but she's going to be called for her second foul. Then Grace Henneman will check right back in with Hetwer taking a little bit of a tumble. Quick rotation into the left corner and a travel by Lydia Hawk.
Well, after falling behind early here, Elk River doing a nice job of getting this score tied up. The Cardinals need to find a way to get it up court.
Artis working against Cannon Wisher, able to get her way across midcourt. Pass out of the reach of Flatham. Flatham thought it was tipped. And a timeout, Cardinals.
Yeah, probably a pretty good timeout for Coach Peterson. You can see a good defensive pressure by Elk River, troubling Destiny Artis, trying to get it over the timeline, and then throws the ball away. So Coach Peterson is really not happy with the last couple of minutes from her squad.
Their team able to gain any rhythm in this?
No.
That may include the third team out there, our team of officials.
Well, it's early.
Elk River into the front court. Three-pointer from the corner for Barr is short. Goes up over. And that's going to be Coon Rapids ball. The full court pressure causing a lot of problems for the Cardinals. Just inbounding and getting it across midcourt. Artis over the top for Grace Henneman. Stops up, puts it on the floor, drives to the lane. Looked like maybe she got bumped, but no whistle blows. Cannon Wisher to the other end. Hawk left side, back to Cannon Wisher up top. Hawk thought about the three. Cannon Wisher to Engelbretson slicing. She's blocked, and it's out of bounds off of Lexi West. Laney Hanneman's back on the floor. Give Nicole Post a breather. Just about 8 minutes in.
I know Elk River wants to try and control the pace of this ball game.
Over the top, Langbin turns and scores.
And that's where they use their height underneath with Langbin, and they did a nice job of just a soft little floater over the top of the defense. And she's able to turn and score.
Grace Hanneman to Laney Hanneman underneath. That won't fall. Langbin flies in for the rebound.
That's unfortunate. A nice look underneath for Laney, not able to get it to drop.
Cannon Wisher for three. She rattles it home.
Yeah, and then defensively, the Cardinals have to, they know they're going to shoot the three. They know they're going to shoot well from outside, and they've got to do a better job of putting a hand in the face.
Third three-pointer of the ball game for Elk River. They lead now 17-12. Hand in the passing lane by Engelbretson. Another turnover by the Cardinals. Langbin low post out. Cannon Wisher three is good.
Yeah, she's heating up.
Grace Hanneman, the Lexi West, long pass ahead to Ashley Flatham. Flatham to the paint, kicks it out. Artist bobbles, drives baseline, pass too tall for Grace Hanneman.
Yeah,
another turnover.
yeah.
Post coming in along with Sydney Kerr for the Cardinals.
I was going to say, Joe, another turnover. You mentioned another turnover for the Cardinals, and they did have that early lead, but unfortunately they've relinquished that to Elk River thanks to some hot shooting from the outside and some turnovers on the Cardinals.
Over the last 2:45, 3 minutes, it's been 13 unanswered points from Elk River, make it 15.
And now a 10-point lead. Cannon Wisher's going to pick up a foul. That'll be her first. Team first.
A little more than midway through the first half. 10-point lead for Elk River. Pass to the front court, Lainey Hanneman. Spins off the glass, won't fall. Post has the rebound. Takes it back up, batted away down low by Ellie Moss. And the Elks will take over on the possession arrow.
Good hands on the defensive end for Elk River underneath the basket, forcing that tie up.
Artis pressuring Hawk up top. Cannon Wisher left side, gets it back from Moss. Around to Hawk on the right side. In low, pushed back out, a three-pointer off the mark for Barr. Hanneman the rebound, the Cardinals come back up court.
Hanneman did a nice job of boxing out defensively, get that rebound.
West driving baseline, rolls it over the top of the iron. Recovered by Moss, and she brings it up court. Left side, Cannon Wisher bobbled, recovered. Back to Moss. She drives to the lane, can't get it to go. Post the rebound.
That's the advantage when you have Hanneman and post underneath. You've got that size to be able to get that rebound.
Cardinals patiently setting up their offense. West for three from the left side, hard off the iron. And the long rebound controlled by Gramstead. Moss steps in, steps back. Cannon Wisher high on the left side. And now Moss back for Gramstead. Hawk around for Barr. Pass inside, no foul. It's going to be called against Nicole Post.
Well, that will be Nicole's first, team fifth.
Timeout, Cardinals down 10, 6:28 left.
I think Coach Peterson, definitely a little frustrated with the effort here in the last number of minutes for her squad. We talked about it, they started out well, but Elk River, they didn't get to 7-2 because they're not a good basketball squad, and they're heating up from outside. Do a nice job too of working the ball underneath when they have the opportunity. I know you're on Facebook occasionally. Not as much as I'd like you to be on Facebook, because I don't get quite enough of you. But CTN definitely is on Facebook. Make sure you check us out. Give us a like. We can maybe hear the greatest hits of Joe Young.
Our Facebook feed, a popular way for people to catch the action day after.
Yes.
When they're perhaps supposed to be doing something else in their office with that computer. Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Elks in control, up by 10, less than 6.5 to play here in the first half. Cannonwisher into the corner for Hawk, gets it back. Rotate left side for Engebretson. And now back to Cannonwisher. Langbent on the perimeter. We'll put it on the floor, drive baseline, kick it back out. Engebretson from high right side hits another one.
Yeah, again, they've got a number of players that are very efficient from the outside. That's how they built this lead back up to 13 points now.
Artist down low. Hanneman turns and scores.
Well, now he's got to make sure you try and get a stop here on defense.
Easier said than done,
yes,
to be certain. The Elks, since they have settled down after the first couple of minutes, being very efficient and effective on the offensive end of the basketball court. 5 3-pointers. Three-pointer is good for Cannonwisher, her third.
Yeah,
team sixth.
She doesn't waste any time, and again, she does a nice job of dropping it from outside. Back to that press.
Hanneman pulls up, mid-range jumper won't fall. Langbent has the rebound, pressured by Post, but gets it off to Cannonwisher. Hawk still driving, runs into Lexi West, who comes away with the basketball. Quickly to the other end, drives straight into Ellie Moss. They say no charge, no foul. But Elk River ends up with the basketball back in the Coon Rapids end. Hawk drives baseline, gets the foul on Destiny Artis, and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, that's 3 for the Destiny Artis. 6-team foul, and that's a big one.
Still 4:04 to play first half. The Elks will be in the bonus situation the rest of the way. And Hawk hits them both. 30-14 the lead. Flatham over the top to Hanneman. To Hetwer left side. She'll fire the 3. It comes up short. Grace Hanneman battling for the rebound. Tips it out of play, but it'll be Elk River ball.
Well, I like the thought by Hetwer. She had an open look. Just couldn't get it to drop. But certainly the Cardinals need to score some points, try and get back into this contest down by 16.
When you said it just a moment ago, they need stops on defense.
Well, they do.
As well.
They do. And they haven't been getting a lot of them.
Backing her way in and a huge mismatch the other way is Joanna Langbent. She scores easily over Hetwer.
And defensively for the Cardinals, you have to realize that they do such a nice job of kicking it back out, but that time getting it in underneath, using that part of their game. And we talked about Langbent with her size at 6'2", has that ability underneath.
Good baseball pass, but Grace Hanneman can't finish and then is forced to foul.
That's the 7th team foul.
Front end is off the mark. Engebretson almost had it, but Flatham punched it away. Flatham into the front court on the run. Drives to the baseline, batted away by Ellie Barr. Engebretson slows it down, now gets into the front court. Hands off to Moss. Left side, Cannon Wisher. Right side, Barr into the post for Langben, working this time against Laney Hanneman. Kicks it out to Engebretson in the corner. Back down low to her. Hanneman got the ball, but then got some hand as well. And Langben will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because I thought Laney played that pretty well. Just that follow through after getting contact with the ball, getting the body.
First one rolls across the top. And she misses them both. Rebound, Ashley Flatham. Into the front court against Barr. Lost the handle, out of bounds.
Another turnover on Coon Rapids.
Liddy Hawk into the front court. Right side for Barr. High post, back up top to Moss. Left side Hawk, down low. Langben, she definitely traveled. And that's good defense from Kylie Hetwer, actually. Look at the size differential right
crazy.
there. But she turns and
Well, she had a
she's
hand up.
well defended.
Yep.
Had the hand up there, and Langben, I think, was expecting an easy layup, and at least being challenged ended up being the turnover.
Hawk picking up that foul.
Just the second
Yeah,
on the Elks.
Yeah,
More than 16 minutes into the half.
that's impressive.
That's disciplined basketball.
Yep.
Grace Henneman can't get that one to fall either. Out of bounds, it's going to go off of Langben. So Coon Rapids will get another chance. You know, early on, they got some points in transition. They got some second and third looks, though, which was a big key to their success. West fighting for the ball with Engebretson, ends up taking a tumble, and the tie-up meant
She got the worst of
Coon
that one.
Rapids ball. Inbounds to Laney Hanneman, backdoor. She's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, early on in this game, those shots were dropping inside for Hanneman.
Well, she's got 8 of Coon Rapids' 6 points. Able to hit the first. And she hits the second one cleanly.
Yeah, you got to get those points when you give them the opportunity. She has 10.
Nicole Post has 4. The other 2 go to Lexi West. Good backdoor play, but it won't fall for Elk River. Hanneman has the rebound. Flatham moves it ahead to Laney Hanneman. Now to Grace Hanneman in the corner. She had it stripped. Battles on the floor. Ball comes loose, out of bounds. Coon Rapids basketball. A fortunate break for Grace Hanneman. Sydney Kerr will check back in.
Well, if she'd just been able to tie up that ball, would have been.
Oh, they are saying that.
It went off her. If been able to tie up that ball, would have been possession for the Cardinals.
Engelbretson to Barr, blocked away by Lainey Hanneman.
Not inside here. You're not getting that. Hanneman using her size advantage to great defensive play to get the block.
Driving is Moss, got contact. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. It's going to go against Grace Hanneman.
Yep. That'll be her second, team 9th.
Her second personal. At the line, shoot 2, number 25, Ellie Bass. Returning from Herbert, number 10, Michaela Kinnerisher.
Barr able to make 1 of 2. Under a minute remaining first half.
Well, the Elks had been stuck on 32 points for a little bit.
Lainey Hanneman backing out, reviewing her options. Lexi West up near center court, little pick and roll. Kick out to Grace Hanneman. She steps up, her shot won't go. Langben, good position for the rebound. 30 seconds left. Barr kicks out, Engelbretson for 3. That one won't fall, Langben the rebound. Trying to force it through, Engelbretson, nice pass to the back door, Moss can't finish. Down to 18, 15 seconds. Grace Hanneman able to find her way into the front court. Hetworth, only a couple seconds. Hanneman just before the buzzer, can't get the 17-footer to fall. And the Cardinals going to the locker room down 33 to 16.
Yeah, after the Cardinals started out well, and they built up a little bit of a lead, and really Elk River just put in a different gear and able to start hitting shots from the outside, dropping it.
26-4 run over the last 12 minutes of that first half. We'll break it down with some highlights when we return. You're watching CTN's live coverage of girls high school basketball.
Oh, it's so nice to all be sitting down together. You can tell me something they did today.
I drew a horsey.
Good for you, son.
I started smoking.
I love you too, sweetheart.
I'm selling bongs out of our minivan.
I got a tramp stamp.
I'm getting implants.
I'm dating your brother.
Uh-huh.
I'm cooking meth in the basement.
Great idea, kiddo. That's why you're so popular at school.
Cardinals trailing big at the half against Elk River, 33-16. Although things how he started out very well.
They did
in the first.
Yeah, they really did, and you know, they built up a little bit of a lead, and things were falling for them. First chance opportunities. You see Hanneman dropping one there.
She's got 10 of the Cardinals' 16 points in the first half. And they had a 12-7 lead just under 12 minutes to go, and then Elk River just took over. They outscored them 26-4 over the last 12 minutes of that half.
Yeah,
a lot of turnovers the Cardinals, and scoring at will from beyond the arc for the Elks. They had 6 3-pointers. Cannon Wisher had 3 of them.
Certainly not shy to take that shot from behind the arc.
Engelbretson had 2 of them.
That's how they built up that lead.
And they are comfortable.
Yes.
In the visiting locker room. They have a 7-game win streak going. They have a 33-16 lead. And we will be back with the second half right after this on CTN. Back at the Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse, Elk River, first possession of the second half, and a big lead to play with after a strong finish in the second.
Yeah, and again, Elk River continue to move that ball around the perimeter, looking for that opportunity. They're either going to drive it inside or they're going to hit from outside. And again, Cardinals defensively needs to make sure they pressure up top.
Constant movement for the Elks. Finally, the three for Hawk, and it's good.
Yeah, they've got a number of young ladies that can fill it up from the top of the arc.
West kicks it out. Three-pointer for Care. Won't go. Rebound tipped by Hanneman, but Hawk has it with numbers down the floor. Langbet back to Hawk. Too deep. Kicks it out. Cannonwisher for three. That won't fall. Rebound comes to Sydney Care. And now Destiny Artis will push it up court for Ashley Flatham.
Yeah, that three attempt didn't even come close.
Flatham for three. Missed everything. And Elk River will take right back over, up 20.
Again, Cardinals are only trying to get that advantage if they can get the 3 points rather than the 2. Down by 20.
Elk River more than content to take long looks around the offensive end before taking a shot. Hawk drives and scores.
That time Hawk doing a nice job of, you've got to be so concerned defensively from outside that she was able to drive the lane and get the bucket.
And still the full court pressure from the Elks, up 22.
And she has 10.
Care turns and works against Moss. Gets an open look, won't fall. Rebound chance was batted away by Cannonwisher, who recovers, and Hawk will head up court for Elk River. Kicks it back out. Moss to Cannonwisher, high on the left side. High post, Langpin back out. Hawk drives and scores off the glass. She's got all of their 7 points in this first half or second half so far.
Yeah, she does a nice job. She's, she does a good job from the outside, but she's fast enough to be able to penetrate inside. We're going to see it again. And she's just going to get past Artist on the defensive end. And a little flip off the glass into the basket. Of course, Coach Peterson calling that early timeout here. 40-16 in favor of Elk River.
Well, they came in already in a big hole, down 17. And to see the Elks score the first 7 points and already a couple of turnovers is not how Coach Peterson was hoping her team would respond.
Nope. Again, that pressure giving Coon Rapids trouble.
Able to get through it. Hanneman in the paint. Pull-up won't go. Elks quickly to the other end. Engebretson can't get it to go.
Tried the wraparound.
Langben got a couple of chances. Rebound deflects to West. And West weaves her way across midcourt. Gets it to Artis with some space. Left side, Hetwer for three. It's good.
Yeah, nice job again, finding Kylie Hetwer alone on the wing, and she's able to drop the three. Big.
Quickly to the other end. Engebretson's shot won't go. Battles for her own rebound on the floor with Flatham. Tied up, Cardinal ball.
Well, I mean, that's what you want to do. You get the stop. You hit the three, and then you get the stop. Get the turnover on the tie-up. But Hetwer with a nice shot from the outside, able to drain that one. And another look at it. Nothing but net.
Artis pushes it up court to Nicole Post. She'll take the three. That won't go. The rebound by Hawk. Hawk quickly to the other end, over the top. Langbin pushes it to Cannonwisher. Can't get that to go off the glass. Posts the rebound and hands off to West.
It was a pretty pass from Langman. He could not finish. And another stop for the Cardinals. And again, they've got to get the points.
West from near the free throw line. It was short. Hanneman saved it, but right to Hawk. And she's on the run again. Langbin in the corner. Back up to Engebretson. Faking and driving is Cannonwisher. It won't fall out of bounds off of the Cardinals.
Grace Henneman back in. Coming back on the floor. Elk River taking the timeout here with 13:42 remaining in the second half. Everything working so far tonight for Elk River. Their outside game, their inside game, doing a good job defensively, really pressuring Coon Rapids.
Yeah, defense has been the key. Once they turned on the full court pressure about 5 minutes into the first, they have turned the ball over on the Cardinals a lot.
Yep.
And they have converted a lot. 7 3-pointers. So half of their points coming from beyond the arc. Quick inside inbound to Langbin, and she scores easily underneath.
Yeah, we've got that nice combination of, really nice shooters from the perimeter and Langbin's size underneath.
And then a steal and a finish by Hawk.
Leads at 25. Again, pressure by Elk River.
Another steal, or apparently now a fall.
I think that's going to go against Hawk. That'll be her second, team second. Good defense.
See that
leads to
full court
points.
Trap, a little pressure on the ball. Cannonwisher right back to Hawk. And she's got 14. 9 here in the second half. Elks back off to the man-on-man. Artist driving against Cannonwisher. Shot won't fall. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Hawk. And she is bumped, loses control, and it'll be Coon Rapids basketball.
Yeah, she was bumped by Laney Hanneman. Fortunately, Laney didn't call for a foul. Had a little contact there, forcing the ball out of bounds.
Artist forces it into post. Had a little trouble on the receiving end. Engebretson gets in for the steal. Hawk to the other end, runs around Artist. Off the glass, won't fall. Langbin tips, but Artist controls and is then run over, or nearly run over by Langbin.
So that'll be her first, team's second. I sure like the effort from Hawk as she's able to use her speed. You're going to see it here as the steal. And Hawk's going to try and take it the length of the court. Does a nice move to get around Artist, but couldn't get it to drop.
Post a 15-footer, and it may have been deflected as Langbin was right with her.
She definitely got a piece of it.
Engebretson not expecting that pass. And a turnover by the Elks.
I'll tell you, as well as his squad is playing, head coach Jeremy Vigavani has to be concerned a little bit with turnovers.
When they started out with the man-to-man defense, and this is where the Cardinals were able to exploit a couple of mismatches and help them get that early lead. But after successfully building a very large lead well into the second half, now you go back to the defense you're not as comfortable with, get a chance to work on some things. Hetwer working against Cannonwisher. The pass tipped away by Barr. Cannonwisher on the run. Spins, pass through to Barr. Tipped away by Flatham. She comes away with the steal. Able to keep from from traveling. Her pass was tipped out by Barr, so it'll be Coon Rapids ball.
Our official first called it Elk River, then quickly changed it to Coon Rapids.
Hetwer working against Cannonwisher to the left corner, trying to hand off with West, and she gets run over by Barr.
Took a hard fall to the floor, but she seems to be okay. You're going to see her take the contact right here. Another timeout called here with 11:29 remaining. Joe Yund. Blue. You can do the orange.
Ruffles, top hats.
Yeah, I like it.
Next time on Sports Night. No, don't.
I like
That's
one of
not
those
a
expanding
promise.
top hats where you just hit it against your hand and it just pops open. We should get some of those. Magic Store's closing out. They want to get rid of some merchandise.
Hetwer trapped in the corner, lost it out of bounds off her own leg. Elk River gets the turnover. Elks again patient on offense, working the perimeter, making the Cardinal defense move. Three-pointer this time from Abby Barshdorf off the mark. Rebound ends up out of bounds to Coon Rapids. Flatham and Artis will check back in for the Cardinals. Turning and driving is Kerr. That shot off the bottom of the backboard. Recovered by Moss into the front court. Barr across for Barshdorf. She drives. Runs into traffic, has it blocked away out of bounds.
That last look underneath by Kerr, a little too close to the basket, trying to, I like the opportunity, but just a little too close inside.
Drive by Cannonwisher won't go. The rebound by Artis. Ahead for Flatham. Flatham finds the lane. Gets a foul, will go to the line to shoot two.
Flatham looking for her first points of this contest.
Flatham hits one of two.
I couldn't get the roll to go the right way.
Barstorff driving left hand. Comes up just short. Laney Hanneman the rebound. Artis will push it up court for Flatham. Wanted to feed it backdoor to Grace Hanneman. And will, after a long thought about it, take a three-pointer from a ways out.
Yeah, that was a long ways out.
Missed everything. Moss kicks it back up top. Three-pointer off the glass and in for Ellie Barr.
Good, getting that range from outside. 27-point lead for the Elks, under 10 minutes.
Nearly another steal, but Artis able to recover. Hanneman back to Artis. Grace Hanneman from 16 feet. That's off the mark. Long rebound to Hawk. Running is Moss. Her shot won't go. Artis has the rebound. Secures, protects, and gets it to Laney Hanneman. Add to Grace Hanneman. Back to Laney Hanneman. Flatham turns, works against Barr. Can't force that one up. Barr recovers along the baseline, gets it to Hawk. Hawks had a huge half to kickstart the Elks offense. Leading all scorers with 14 points in the game. Barr thought about the three and then decided to drive, got the foul on Laney Hanneman.
Yeah, tried to gain the edge, and Laney getting the contact.
Third personal. Lexi West returns with Rory Rinsenau.
Three-pointer for Barr is well short. Rebound by Rory Ritzenaya. She hands off to Destiny Artis. Ahead now for Sydney Kerr on the left side. Creeping out on defense is Engelbretson. Decides to drive, loses the touch. And the Elks turnover on another turnover.
Yeah, nice job of poking the ball away.
Bramstead drives and scores. Driving his Kerr, spins back, jump shot is off the mark. Moss has the rebound. And Hawk will push it down court. Engelbretson tried to get it to Barr. Barr in the middle of three Cardinals. They come away with the ball. Artis is running, jump shot won't go. Engelbretson had the rebound, got a little contact with no foul. Artis nearly had the steal and does as it pops to Grace Hanneman.
Yeah, they'll get a little careless with the basketball that time, and Destiny Artis did a nice job defensively, just sneaking around her and getting a hand on it.
Grace Hanneman into the corner for Ritzenaya, working on the floor against Grimstad, and Grimstad going to be called for the foul.
That'll be her first, team sixth. Yeah, different type of foul situation. The Cardinals were in the foul situation in the first half. They've only had one.
The Elks only had two in the entire first half.
Yep.
Cannon, Wisher, and Langben checked back on the floor for Elk River. Rory Ritzenaya up top will back out. Left side for Benny Kalala. Ritzenaya back out to Hetworth. Hands off, Ritzenaya finds a seam. Shot comes up short. Cannon Wisher the rebound ahead to Engelbretson. Behind the defense, Moss, and she scored.
A nice fast break for Elk River. Getting a contribution, obviously, from a number of different players from this Elk squad.
Ritzenaya in the west, and she's fouled by Langben.
It'll be Langben.
And it'll be a one-on-one situation for Lexi West.
As you mentioned, 7th team foul on the Elks, and the 2nd on Langevin.
West misses the front end. Getting position was Moss. It was tied up. Elk River will take possession. Cannon-Wisher to Hawk. Around the perimeter to Engelbretson. Cannon-Wisher had it knocked away by West, but able to recover. Gets around West, pushes to the corner. Hawk wants 3. Not going to get it this time. Rebound and the foul on the follow.
They call it West?
No, they're going to call this one on Laney Hanneman.
Oh, they, yep.
And it is going to put Ellie Moss at the free throw line.
That's her 4th. Just the 2nd team foul.
Moss gets her own rebound and pushes it home.
Great follow. Nice.
3-point trip for Moss. She's scored the last 5 for the Elks. Foul call. That's going to be a 1-and-1 for Kalala.
She was in danger of getting called for too long a possession, and she was able to make a move and pick up the infraction.
Kalala hits the first. She hits them both. Cannon-Wisher head to Moss on the right side. Langbin in the post. Back up top. Barshdorf put it on the floor, and then Engelbretson on the left side. Moss up top. And around to Barshdorf. Down low Langbin, and she apparently shuffled her feet.
See it again here. They're going to call her for steps.
Ball poked free by Engelbretson. A scramble on the floor. Tied up. Cardinal ball. Just over 5 minutes remaining.
Well, good job by Laney Hanneman to get her hands in there, get tie up that basketball, knowing that her squad had possession.
Hanneman gets to the lane, can't get it to fall though. Rebound falls out of reach. Moss has it for Elk River. Quickly to the other end. Barshdorf can't get it to finish. What a recovery by Laney Hanneman. Langbin had what looked like an easy basket, and after running the entire length of the floor, Hanneman there just in time to get the block.
Yeah, again,
West had it knocked free. Elk River nearly had the turnover. Kalala's 17-footer won't fall. Ritzenaya, a little bump. Already off balance. Ellie Moss hits the deck. This after coming the entire length of the floor. You can see her trotting up behind, watching it, waiting. And
perfect timing.
In time to take away what would have been an easy basket for Langbin. Barshdorf to inbound. Cannon-Wisher working against Kalala, got a hand in on it. Great save, but right to Kalala. Working one-on-one against Cannon-Wisher, backs up into the corner. Ritzenaya up top, Left corner, Destiny Artis for three. It's short, the rebound by Moss. Moss will turn and get up court. Hetwer gets into the passing lane, gets the steal in front of Barsdorf, races to the other end and scores.
Yeah, great job on the steal, but a great job with control enough to be able to get the basket.
Cannon Wisher into the front court, Engelbretson up top. Cannon Wisher will bring it around again. Barsdorf back to Engelbretson. Down low to the post, back out. Barsdorf for three, that one won't fall.
Great
Rebound
hustle.
by Moss. Barsdorf steps in, gets the foul on Kalala, will go to the line to shoot two.
That'd be Kalala's first, team fourth. Well, Joe, you talked about the fact that Elk River only had 2 fouls in that first half, just 3 in the second. Disciplined basketball, as you talked about.
Cardinals have 4 in the second. They have 8.
Who card?
Are you looking at
I'm looking
timeouts
at-
remaining?
It's been one of those days. They have 8, by the way, and 2 in the first half, so there's a total of 10.
I'm glad you can count.
Well, I can apparently if I look at the right numbers.
It's killing me, Smalls. Looking for something to talk about. Hetwer finds a little bit of room. Jump shot is good.
Yeah, apparently I just make things up as I go. But a nice job by Hetwer. She has 7.
All here in the second half.
Yep.
She's the only one who's hit a basket from the floor for the Cardinals in this second half. Their only other points coming from the free throw line. That's just a long 2 for Cannon Wisher, but it puts her into double digits. Her first points of the second half. Hetwer driving with the left hand. Grace Henneman. Henneman kicks it out. Ritz and I had a little trouble, but able to regain control. Now needs some help. To Grace Henneman, and the reach in is going to be called against Abby Barsdorf.
So that's their 9th team foul. Barsdorf
Ava
second.
Berg, Hope Cannon Wisher, and Beth Olson. All getting in for the first time tonight for Elk River. Up by 32, just over 2 minutes remaining. Grace Henneman at the line. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. The rebound by Selena Nelson. This is Hope Cannon Wisher. Into the front court against Henneman. Right side for Barsdorf. Back up top. Pass a little bit tall for Beth Olson, but she's able to recover. Work the perimeter to Cannon Wisher. Back for Berg. Second team showing some good discipline, but shot by Hope Cannon Wisher was blocked. And then a foul after the turnover.
Call this one on Selena Nelson.
And it'll be a 2-shot foul now into the double bonus. Henneman hits 1 of 2. Well, this is something that, you know, it is definitely a lopsided scoreboard, but the biggest concern has to be the few number of points the Cardinals have put up.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Because several of their games, as I touched on in the open, have been relatively close, but very low scoring.
Right.
They just have not been able to get a lot of offensive rhythm all year. Artis scores on the little putback.
Elk River did such a nice job defensively, just pressuring Coon Rapids too, and really limiting and forcing turnovers. throughout this
And
game.
we've talked again about turnovers and how much of a problem it has been for this young squad all season long. But it's especially noticeable against the better teams when they're able to take advantage every time they force that turnover. And Elk River, while maybe not able to convert every time, have converted a fair percentage.
Yeah, that first squad really
Under a minute remaining.
did a nice job of that.
Barsdorf's pass out of the reach of Olsen. Turnover back to Coon Rapids. Artis drives baseline. Shot comes up short. Rebound falls into the lap of Ava Berg up court for Nelson. She'll back into the corner up top for Cannon Wisher. She draws a double team quickly, able to force it out to Nelson. Nelson gets the foul. It's just the 5th on the Cardinal. Oh no, called the time. They did call it. Lane
Yeah, they called it foul.
That's going to be number 5.
So she'll take a seat following out with 10 points on the night. 10 of the 29.
Most of that early in that first half. Nothing in the second. Down to the final 5 seconds. We'll see if Elk River even decides to put up a shot, but Petworth's going to be called for the foul with 1.6 left.
Yeah, still just the 6th team, just her first, with 1.6 ticks remaining, and that'll do it.
And, you know, just 16 points in the first half, only 13 from in the second. Kylie Hetwer, the only one to score from the field until the final minute when the game was essentially over in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a tough loss, tough opponent. I mean, they knew coming in, Coon Rapids, they were going to have their hands full tonight with the Elks, and they certainly, that's the way this game turned out. It was a great start for Coon Rapids. They got off to an early lead, but Elk River buckled down and expanded their opportunities and got the win.
A lot more action coming your way on CTN in the next week. We got boys basketball on Tuesday hosting the Anoka Tornadoes. We're going to see the boys hockey team again on Thursday the 10th as they welcome the Osseo Orioles. And then on Friday the 11th, the wrestling squad takes on the Blaine Bengals. But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score from the Fieldhouse, it's Elk River 58, Coon Rapids 29. Want to thank the outfit for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.